Hi, this is Das from Das Edu. Last day, I have just launched this particular channel for the education purpose only, and I have talked about there that I'll only discuss about some instrumentation engineering paper over here, and to discuss only some instrumentation engineering uh, papers and what is instrumentation and how it deals with the engineering, etc., etc. And some of the subjects in detail I'll discuss over in this particular channel. Okay, so now what is the instrumentation? I'll show it briefly. Okay, so as basically instrumentation engineering is a C. First of all, it is a C as it deals with the other engineering streams like chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, uh, civil engineering, then the electrical engineering, and nowadays the computer engineering is also consisting of this particular instrumentation engineering. Now, why the term is instrumentation is used over here? As because the as for any song you hear, you listen to, is incomplete without any instrument. Similarly, all the other branches like the chemical, like electrical engineering, like civil engineering, and all other engineering are incomplete without the help of instrumentation, as all these particular branches rather than the instrumentation engineering requires some measurement, some test, some calibration, some metering, okay, some data processing, etc., etc. All are basically discussed in detail in the instrumentation engineering. So until unless you know somehow of instrumentation, you are nothing in the field of these mother subjects of engineering. Okay, that means until unless you know some metering, okay, it is incomplete to measure the voltages and current. So until unless you don't know how to measure that particular voltages by using voltmeter or the current by some ammeter, okay, so in ammeter you can take the reading of some current, but how much error or how much precise or how much calibration should be needed on this particular instrument, if you don't know, then some erroneous data will come. And in if some erroneous data will come over there, okay, obviously your measurement will be a spoil shot. Similarly, in some cases of chemical engineering to be termed, okay, over there, if until unless you can measure the temperature correctly, then the process you are going to measure or going to have the data of this particular process. If your temperature or thermometer is giving some erroneous data and it is not calibrated, obviously that process will be spoil shot again. Now, again, for some civil engineering, if I give a basic example, is that somehow if you are measuring a length and until unless that particular scale you are measuring with the length, okay, this scale is not calibrated, okay, your measurement will be a spoil shot, right? So until unless you know how to calibrate these particular scales, that particular thermometer, that particular ammeter, okay, so all the measurements will be a spoil shot. So the basic term is measurement. Okay, so the measurement is basically a paper or some topic which is broadly discussed only in instrumentation engineering. All right. So instrumentation is basically a C or instruments, and if you miss this particular instrument, your song maybe chemical engineering, maybe electrical engineering, maybe civil engineering will be a baseless. Okay, so let us see what is instrumentation engineering in detail right now. So this is a branch of engineering that involves the design, development, maintenance of systems that measures, controls, and optimizes the processes, obviously. Okay, and it is used in many industries, including manufacturing, energy, production, and chemical processing. Right. Now, what is what is what do instrumentation engineers do? Basically, instrumentation engineers does the measure parameters and controls to design, develop, install, and maintain equipment. Okay. Then configure the automated processes to improve safety, reliability, and productivity. So suppose a process plant where you cannot reach to measure the temperature, only an instrumentation engineering uh, engineer can do the necessary steps so that from the proximity you can measure the temperature. In a furnace, blast furnace, you cannot reach, but you have to measure the blast furnace temperature. Obviously, you have to use some proximity sensors to measure that particular temperature, right? So this is a basic task to design a proximity sensor so that from a distance you can measure the temperature of that particular process. Not only to develop that particular process, your instrument or your sensor should have some reliability. Okay, until unless this particular sensor is reliable, you cannot use it. Suppose you are measuring some temperature which your sensor is giving the data as supposed to be 1025 degrees Celsius. Okay, now, actually, the temperature is 1050 degrees Celsius. So, as your measured data is having some error of 25 degrees Celsius, 1050 minus 1025, that particular data is not reliable. Okay, and obviously the productivity. Okay, then the calibrate, test, troubleshoot, and repair equipment. Calibrate the equipment so that your instrument will give the actual data, okay, precise data better. Then test, then troubleshoot if there is any issues, you troubleshoot and repair the equipment. Then control the system parameters. If supposed to be a parameter is going beyond the particular set value, then you have to control by using different control uh, phenomena or control uh, task. Okay, then monitor and record quality data, obviously, and some build some instruments like the biomedical instrumentation, some aircraft sensor and safety equipments. All are the basic tasks, obviously, some basic tasks of some instrumentation engineers. Now, the major subjects involved in instrumentation, I have talked in the first slide also. I am rediscussing over here is the major subjects to be involved in the instrumentation engineering is the electrical, electronics, obviously, chemical, mechanical, production, biomedical, and computer nowadays also. Okay, so this is a basic discussion, a very basic discussion on what is instrumentation and how or what the subjects are involved, what the streams are involved over here. I have discussed right today, right now. From the next day, I'll discuss directly some of this particular topic is biomedical instrumentation and what is biomedical instrumentation, how it is uh, related with the medical, okay, to the physicians, with the engineers. This I'll talk about there. Okay, so I'll start with the biomedical instrumentation. Okay, then later on I'll go on continuing the lectures on different subjects. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you very much, thank you for your time.